Hello, I'm Nicolette and I'm back. So, if you've watched my first video, you know that I am on a mission to make $1 million by the end of next year, 2020. So, I told you that I have some methods and plans and books that I'm reading, that I'm learning about, that I'm putting into place. And one of them that I want to share is this list. Let's see if I can. Can you see this? Okay, so it is a list of 10 things. They are backwards, or hopefully they're the right side when you're able to view this. But okay, so what I have learned as one of the keys to achieving great success is that you have to have a plan. You have to set out knowing what you want and how you want to achieve it. So, one of the things I learned that I'm going to start to apply is the idea of having 10 things to do before 10 a.m. in the morning. So every successful person that you may know of, that I know of, are very structured, they're very disciplined and very organized, and they get a lot done during the day. So I decided that I'm going to get organized, disciplined, and get a lot of things done during the day as well. And the way to do that is to start early. So now I wake up at 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6, and start my day getting, trying to get through all these things before 10 a.m. Because they are long, I'm not going to go over them all in one video. So I'm going to start with my first one, and then my next video will talk about the consecutive one, the next one, and then consecutive after. Okay? So my first thing that I do in the morning at 5 a.m. when I wake up is I pray. Okay, so I had not been in the habit of praying every morning on my knees. I usually say a prayer in bed when I wake up, when I open my eyes, and I thank God throughout my daily routine, brushing my teeth, or in the shower, or as I walk out of the door, or on the bus, like whenever I remember. And sometimes I might not pray at all, but I have decided that this is something that's very important to me. And in the process of making millions, you have to decide what is your priority. What are the things that you value most? And I decide, and I already know, I had already always known that God is first in my life, has always been, and will always be. And when I make my millions, He will remain first in my life. So the very first thing I do in the morning is I get on my knees to pray. And just a little bit of a story. I remember waking up one morning and the idea came to mind: get into the most powerful position that you know. And I'm like, the most powerful position? What is that? And it occurred to me it was on my knees. And so I got out of bed, dropped to my knees, and I began to pray. And what that does for you when you pray, and I'm a Christian, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, but you might be of a different faith. You might have a different form of you know, I believe that there's only one God, and that's Jehovah. But some people believe that in the universe, and some people are not sure what to believe in. But I think that you have to find a source that is greater than you, because when I get stuck in this course, in this mission, in this process of becoming a millionaire, I need to be able to turn to someone and ask them for help. When the tasks that are before me get too difficult for me to accomplish, I need to be able to say to God, help me, or have Him fight my battles for me, right? So I believe the very first thing that you should do, obviously you can find 10 different things of your own. I'm only going to share my own with you just because it is my journey, but you can find what is priority in your life. But I believe that that first priority should be that supreme being. And for me, that is Jehovah. I encourage you to have the same one. But if he's not, um, whatever floats your boat. Hopefully, you will see in other people's lives and in mine that He is working, and therefore you might choose Him for yourself. But again, I'm not here to preach you religion. I'm just here to share with you what is going to work for me. I am not a millionaire yet. I am a nurse practitioner. I just graduated 3 weeks ago. So this is something that I've decided to do more recent than not, to wake up in the morning and pray right away and not delay. So that is the first thing that I do in the morning. I call on my God. I thank Him for the things that He has done for me. I ask Him for help for the day to come. I ask Him to open the way before me, to make everything that I touch successful, to enlighten me so that I may know whatever decisions that I'm going to make that are not good for me, so that I do not make them, to hold off anything that might be detrimental to me, to help people see me in better light so that they can favor me, so that they can say yes when I ask them something. I ask them for all of this and I make it a conversation. I don't necessarily, use big words or have a formula. I just speak my heart out and we have a conversation. So that is my first thing that I do of the 10 things before 10 a.m. So I'll see you next time so we can talk about the second thing that I do. Bye.